Welcome to the critique. Today we're looking at a really detailed overview you sent about the officiating team and the tournament plans for the Asia Cup 2025. A close look at the guardians of the game for that event.
Right.
It's clear you get the pressure they're under. I mean, how vital their role is. Maybe even more than the players sometimes.
Absolutely.
But thinking about the audience, people deep into cricket already, I wonder if we could sharpen that initial hook, really signal why this officiating team for this Asia Cup is particularly significant right from the start.
Yeah, I see that. We need that immediate punch, don't we? For enthusiasts, it's not just, here's the tournament. It's more like, what's unique about this setup?
Exactly.
What makes this group of officials, facing these challenges so interesting?
To get to the core stuff about the officials themselves.
It paints a picture first.
Right. We spend a bit of time on the general excitement, maybe, instead of immediately engaging that expert listener with why this panel is so important, so uniquely put together. We could probably cut to the chase a bit quicker.
Okay, so grab them right away. Less of the broad welcome, more focus squarely on the officials and the thinking behind the selection.
Yes. What were the strategic thoughts? Why these individuals for this tournament? That's the hook for the experts, I think.
Right.
So instead of, say, starting with the packed stadium under the desert sun image, maybe something more direct.
Like what?
Well, maybe something like, amidst the roar of the crowd, the real architects of fair play for the Asia Cup 2025 are the officials, a carefully chosen panel ready to navigate cricket's biggest rivalries. Something like that? It immediately says this is about the refs, the umps.
I like that. It sets a different tone immediately. Or maybe pose a question, about the invisible backbone idea?
Oh, interesting. How would that sound?
Maybe start by asking, who really ensures integrity when the pressure's on at the Asia Cup 2025? Then immediately answer it. It's the ICC's team, led by, Richie Richardson and Andy Pycroft, whose experience is crucial. It spotlights them right away.
That works too. It puts the key figures, the decision makers, front and center before anything else. Yeah, those are just a couple of ways, obviously, but the idea is to grab that expert audience from moment one, show the depth we're going into.
Agreed. Makes sense.
Okay, moving on. I really like the effort you put into the umpire biographies. Lots of rich detail there. It's clear you want to show their expertise and humanize them a bit. Great instinct.
Yeah, the details are fascinating. Virendra Sharma moving from playing, Pak Chin making history for Afghanistan, Masuda Rahman's insights. It's all good stuff.
It is.
But I was thinking, how do we connect these dots? Right now, they sometimes feel a bit like separate profiles presented one after another.
Like a list?
Sort of, yeah. And while it's informative, maybe we miss a trick, like exploring how all these different backgrounds and experiences actually combine, how they create a stronger, more, impartial team.
So less listing, more analyzing. The synergy?
Exactly, the synergy. We need to show how their collective skills, that mix of ex-players, up-and-coming international umps, different nationalities, how that mix is specifically designed for the pressures of a Pan-Asian tournament, the cultural nuances, the rivalries.
Okay, yeah, demonstrating the why behind the selection. So, for instance, the Sri Lankans, Wimalasiri and Paliaguruge, instead of just saying they're experienced.
Right. We could elaborate, maybe. Talk about how their decades handling, really tense games specifically prepares them for that pressure cooker environment. Wimalasiri's known for being calm, right? Over 50 ODIs.
Mm-hmm.
And Paliaguruge, he played first class, umpires across all formats. Together, that's a huge amount of calm authority. It's not just two guys, it's a pairing chosen for those high-stakes moments, like an India-Pakistan game or Sri Lanka-Bangladesh.
Perfect example. That synergy is what we need to highlight. And same idea for the Pakistani officials, Asif Yaqub and Faisal Afridi.
Right. Don't just list them.
Exactly. We could point out how Yaqub's deep domestic league and PSL experience, combined with Afridi's background as a former first-class player who then rose through women's internationals and T20s, that creates this really valuable dual perspective.
Okay, so Yaqub gets the local dynamics, the player psychology from the ground up.
Yes, and Afridi having played at a high level, he gets the game flow, the batter's mindset, which is so critical for those split-second T20 calls. It's not random. It's a deliberate blend.
And then you bring in, say, the Afghan officials, Pakteen and Safi. Their presence isn't just about them individually, though they're obviously qualified.
It means more.
Yeah, it symbolizes Afghanistan's rise in cricket, doesn't it? They bring a fresh perspective, representing a nation that's overcome so much. That adds another layer of diversity and understanding to the panel, which shows the ACC's commitment, really.
Exactly. So it's not just who they are, but what they represent together in the context of Asian cricket. That's the story we need to tell more clearly, just weaving those threads together more tightly.
Right. Okay, great.
Yeah, makes the whole thing feel more strategically put together, rather than just a list of impressive individuals.
Right. Okay, great. Now let's shift to the historical context. You've done a really nice job bringing in the Asia Cup's history, the rivalries. It's compelling stuff.
It is fascinating history, but I was wondering if we could integrate it even more sharply, not just as background color, but like using it to directly set up the specific challenges this 2025 team is facing.
Ah, okay. So making the link more explicit.
Yeah, because right now, sometimes we jump between the history, then general umpiring issues, then back to 2025 specifics. It's all interesting, but maybe it feels a little,
Disconnected.
I see what you mean.
It could make it harder for the listener to track that main narrative about why this 2025 team is so significant because of that history, you know? Got it. So, establishing a clearer through line, framing past incidents, the format changes, especially the T20 switch this time, as things that directly lead to the demand on these officials today.
Exactly.
And that would really underline why having figures like Richie Richardson, known for, well, fostering unity, and Andy Pycroft with his legal background and player insight, why they're not just helpful but essential for 2025. Their presence becomes a direct response to past issues and the game's evolution.
Precisely. We need to make those links obvious. For example, you talk about that tense India-Pakistan match on September 14th.
A classic example.
Right. So instead of just mentioning controversies in general afterwards, we could explicitly connect Pycroft's role to specific past flare-ups. Say something like, it's exactly in these high-pressure games where things have boiled over in the past, think the 2006 ball tampering issues, or those really heated exchanges, that Pycroft's calm authority, his specific background, becomes the absolute safeguard for fair play.
That really grounds his role in the historical reality, doesn't it? Makes his presence feel vital, not just notable.
Yeah, and we could do the same with the whole underdog shine theme in the Asia Cup's history. You know, those amazing upsets. Pakistan in 2000, Bangladesh making finals.
Unforgettable moments.
Exactly. So link those stories to today's challenge. Ask how will this specific panel, with all its diverse experience and ICC backing, ensure those kinds of stories can still happen fairly. especially under the microscope of T20.
Right, where every decision feels magnified. Every tight run-out, every close LBW, every boundary check. It's amplified in T20. So the official's role in protecting that fairness, allowing for those potential upsets, is even more crucial.
Absolutely. It makes the history serve a purpose beyond just being interesting facts. It becomes the foundation for understanding why these officials, Richardson, Pycroft, the whole team, are so critical for this tournament, this format now.
It really shows how every piece, the history, the individual skills, the leadership, all fits together to protect the game's integrity. Okay, that feels like a much stronger narrative thread.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, so just to recap our main thoughts here. First, really sharpen that opening hook for the expert audience. Make it clear immediately why this officiating team for 2025 matters so much.
Right. Get straight to the unique significance.
Second, take those great individual umpire bios and weave them into a bigger story about the panel's collective strength, the synergy, the strategic diversity.
Connect the dots. Show the why behind the team composition.
And third, integrate the Asia Cup's history more tightly, using it as a direct backdrop to highlight the specific, high-stakes challenges this 2025 officiating team is ready to face.
Make the past directly inform the present challenges. Exactly.
Yeah, I think making those adjustments will really elevate this. It can provide an even more compelling, more analytical experience for people who are really invested in, the finer points of cricket officiating.
Absolutely. It helps bring that story of the invisible backbone, the umpires and referees, right to the forefront with the kind of depth it really deserves. It's valuable material already. This just makes it punchier, I think.
We genuinely believe implementing these suggestions will make this work even stronger. So we definitely encourage you to refine the material based on this critique, and please do send it back to us. We'd be really eager to see the enhanced version.